Of the Maryland Terrapins. Thompson Creek designs, builds, and installs replacement windows from their local Maryland factory. You get high-quality windows at an affordable price without the middleman markup. Talkin' Terps is also brought to you by these network broadcast partners. CQ, the official banking partner of the Maryland Terrapins. University of Maryland Medical System. For better treatments, better outcomes, that's a better state of care. Learn more at umms.org/better. Toyota. It's time to go Toyota with legendary safety and reliability. Toyota. Let's go places. From Grill Marks in College Park, here's Coach Mike Loxley and the voice of the Maryland Terrapins, Johnny Holliday.
And a very pleasant good evening. Welcome once again to Grill Marks here in College Park. We'll talk Maryland football right up until 8 o'clock tonight as the Terrapins hit the road for a game against Rutgers this coming Saturday at 2:30 up in Piscataway, New Jersey. And have we got a show? I mean, we've had shows before in the past, but tonight we're loaded with talent.
Loaded with talent,
yeah.
Interior talent too, and
your center, your nose guard,
nose guard, strong up the middle. Both guys coming off of strong individual performances where they both have. Ian was our player of the game a week ago. Mike Hershey's been one of the up-and-coming centers in the country. So we got both those guys that we're going to need to have great games out of this week.
Redshirt sophomore and a sophomore. And we also have Dominique Foxworth with us tonight. Dominique, he left his mark at Maryland as an all-ACC performer like 3 straight years. Went to the Gator Bowl, went to the Peach Bowl, both wins. And I found out we had him on the broadcast on Saturday.
Yeah.
He was Suter's roommate.
He and Steve both came in. I think Steve was maybe a year ahead of
exactly,
Dominique.
Yeah.
But what a great pro he was for us, a great Terp. Represented us as NFL PA, NBA PA, Harvard business. I mean, he's one of those epitome of student athletes, and he has become kind of the voice of culture in sports as he's embarked on a great career there with ESPN.
And he and his wife, Ashley, were the grand marshals for the homecoming festivities this past week.
Yeah, I had a chance to lead homecoming. And again, as I said, a guy that's well respected for not just as a player for the Terps, but a great pro and then a great representative of what life after football should look like for Terps.
Coach, you got 4 outstanding games coming up on the schedule. Tough sled this last 4 games, no question about that. Rutgers, on the other hand, has lost 5 of their last 6 games. They know how tough that is. You guys know how tough it is. You can do one of 2 things. You can sit back and say, okay, woe is me. Nobody's going to feel sorry for you. Nobody. Or you can say, hey, we got 4 games to play. We won all 4. We're 8-4.
Yeah, we're not about the victim mentality.
Yeah.
We know that we let an opportunity slip away a week ago against a really good team. We had 3 tough, losses where we lost 3 games within 10 points. But this inexperienced team, because we don't use the term young anymore, because we played 8 games with a bunch of really strong freshmen. It really set a strong foundation for us to build upon. But what we've got to do now in this win now landscape that we're in, it's important that when we have these opportunities, and I can tell you, Rutgers, much like us, is in need of a win.
Sure.
And so I expect it to be a hard-fought, tough battle on the road against both of us who entered the Big Ten the same year. We came in as partners in the Big Ten, and this has been a game that typically has played a major role in whether or not we've been able to prolong our season with bowl. So with bowl implications, big win for big game for both of us.
Have you done anything differently in practice to get ready for this game, or rely on the same stuff you've been using?
I think the biggest thing to get things turned around is obviously you look and say, hey, what is it that we're not doing well? And then you try to gear your practices to fix some of those issues. And with a young team, the biggest issue we face is consistency. If you look at how we played against Indiana, the defense gave us momentum opportunities early in the game.
The interception
that, most places in the country, it ends up a touchdown, and we get it down inside the 10 and we come away with a field goal and not touchdowns. Then we get advantageous field position the second drive, and we don't take advantage. We go out and downs. But then on offense, the start of the second half, we always emphasize winning the middle 8. We get the touchdown the first drive of the second half, and we don't get the defensive stop.
Yeah.
And so being in sync and playing complementary football with an inexperienced team, our kicker, the kickoff that led to that first drive there by them, it was a high drive start position. I think they started the drive at the 38, and when we needed stops on defense, we didn't get them. When we needed the momentum on offense, we didn't get them. We've got to get that fixed. And this week against Rutgers, what we've focused on is the detail of everything we do.
And defensively, Coach, we've talked about this over and over again. Most games, you guys are pretty darn good defensively. What, 16 interceptions now?
Yeah, we played great defense for the most part. And then, when you look at the game a week ago, we were leading the nation in turnover margin, meaning we protected the football on offense. On defense, we were getting takeaways. We end up with 5 turnovers in the game. And, let alone a non-ranked team, you turn it over 5 times against the number 2 team. That's how the score looks the way it looks at the end of that game a week ago. And then, our defensive guys have really played strong against the run, and we give up close to 400 yards rushing. Bunch of missed tackles show up, not being in our gaps. But as I said to our team, these are all correctable things. A lot of it technical, fundamental, that we've got to get fixed, and we've worked to get it fixed this week.
When you look at Malik, what he's been doing all season long, everybody's talking about this young guy. He's had at least 200 yards passing every single game. And there's going to be a game like that where he's not going to be at the top of his game.
Yeah, and that's where when your inexperienced quarterback shows up and doesn't necessarily play his best, you want to have the complementary ability to run the football or find ways to get 4 more yards on 1st and 10. And, to me, that allows you to stay on schedule and not put the pressure on a guy that really talented, really gives us a strong base. But we got to have everybody doing what they're capable of doing.
Yeah, that 55-yard touchdown pass to DeJuan Williams, that's the longest of his career, second longest of his career. That was a thing of beauty right there. And Williams able to keep his balance after almost falling down.
Yeah, and it's a byproduct of Malik extending the passing game with his feet, which, now he's starting to see a lot of coverage instead of man. He's starting to see a bunch of zone coverage because he's shown the ability to win and throw the ball the way he needs to versus man. And what you saw in that drive and that touchdown was him get to his check down off of the scramble. And really, to me, that was another step or another tool for his toolbox to see him make that play at that time when we needed it.
The thing I like about him, Coach, is he never shies away from being self-critical. I didn't play that well. I can play better. I have to play better, and I will play better.
Yeah, and that's the byproduct of the messaging. We understand who we are. As a program, we understand that accountability is going to be horizontal, going to be really important in at the quarterback position, a natural leadership position, the ability to look and instead of say, why, look and say, what can I do better? And Malik has embodied that as a quarterback. And as a young guy, I always say that leadership doesn't have to have a timestamp. You don't have to be a senior. And as I've told people this week, that young guy continues to have an impact on our team, not just as a football player, but even just in how he leads and the way he handles himself when facing adversity.
So the Terps on the road this weekend up in Piscataway, New Jersey, against the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Abbott and the Big Ten are back with the We Give Blood drive. You can show up to donate blood to help Maryland win $1 million for students or community health. Score a limited edition of Maryland Terps T-shirts and save some lives. Go to big10.org/Abbott and you'll get in the game. We'll talk about the Scarlet Knights when Coach and I come back to Grill Marks in College Park, talking Maryland football for the next hour.
Marylanders. From quote to clean up, we move fast. Call Thompson Creek and get new windows in 2 weeks, roofing in 3 days, siding in 1 week, and gutters in just 48 hours. We cut out the middleman to give you better prices and faster service, because your home improvement project shouldn't take months. Skip the wait. Call now and get a free quote. And now, for a limited time, it's our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on everything. There's never been a better time to buy.
Home, sweet Thompson Creek.
All right, Terps, this year I want to see every Maryland student, alumni, and fan roll up their sleeves and give blood. Go to big10.org/Abbott and let's show the Big Ten what it means to fear the turtle.
Your comfort means more than just a warm home this season. With a $49 36-point heating inspection, our experts make sure your system is safe, efficient, and ready for the cold. And because giving back is part of who we are, every inspection supports Toys for Tots, with FH Fur donating the proceeds up to $10,000. Comfort for you, joy for them. That's FH Fur.
877-CALL-FUR. FHFur.com.
There are a lot of myths out there about how the Maryland lottery works. Playing the lottery responsibly means knowing what's true and what's not. The facts are, all games have similar odds. You should never try to recover losses by taking more risks. And you shouldn't play the lottery when you're feeling stressed. But the biggest fact is, you should always play responsibly. Learn more facts and myths at mdlottery.com, and please play responsibly.
Some moments you never forget.
There's trouble.
The shot, the roar, the pride that shakes the wall. It's been a decade since the Hoyas traveled 11 miles to College Park. And Xfinity Center stands ready to remind them what home court advantage really sounds like. Because from opening tip to the final buzzer, this place is deafening. And the next unforgettable moment starts with you.
Come to Rosecroft Raceway for live racing Mondays and Thursdays from now until the 18th of December. Post time is 7:15 p.m. Open every day for simulcast, live boxing, and banquet space. Visit us anytime at rosecroft.com.
Man, where's the beer guy? Bud Light here? You get a Bud Light? Bud Light? I'm here, Bud Light! Bud Light here? Bud Light here? Bud Light here? Bud Light where? Bud Light here! Oh, Bud Light there! I missed that because of you! You did not miss that play because of me! Tough to stop talking this way? Yeah! It's actually kind of fun. Hey, I got your Bud Light. Oh, nice. Never mind! Anything for the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. What'd I miss? I have no idea.
In Ocean City, Maryland, having fun is kind of our thing. I mean, look at these two. They're all about having fun. That's fun. This is fun. Whoa. Too much fun? Nah, no such thing. Because here, even leg day is fun. So head to the coast and, well, just coast. Pump up the volume, or just pump up the pool floaty. From the boardwalk to the bay, come discover somewhere to smile about.
Sports on the Maryland Sports Radio Network.
So it's 3rd down and 1. Malik will keep it, try to turn the right side, and he's lost the ball. It's picked up at the 20, at the 15, the 10, the 5, and the end zone for Devon Boykin for the touchdown.
From Grill Marks in College Park, here's Coach Mike Loxley and the voice of the Maryland Terrapins, Johnny Holliday.
Holding my tongue, Tom. I'm just holding my tongue. Back with Maryland's head football coach Mike Loxley. Feature brought to you by Thompson Creek Window Company, a proud partner of Maryland Terrapins. Thompson Creek designs, they build, they install replacement windows from their local Maryland factory. You get high-quality windows at an affordable price without the middleman markup. When you look at the Rutgers team, Coach, 4-5, they're 1-5 in conference play. They dropped 5 of their last 6 games. But a couple of things jump out. Number 3 in the Big Ten in passing offense with 282 yards a game.
Yeah, and they got those 3 receivers that both that all have made plays down the road. When you look at the passing attack, the length they have on the outside there with both receivers, 9, I want to say 6-0 or 8-0, KJ
yeah.
Duff, number 8. Those guys have great length, and it will be a challenge for us. But the way our corners have played has been a strength for us. The quarterback is the guy that kind of makes them go with 16, who transferred in. He's a senior that came in from Minnesota, transferred in with the coordinator, Kirk Sirocco, who we faced multiple times during his tenure up as the OC at Minnesota.
13 touchdown passes for him. 5 have been picked off against Purdue in the loss the last time out, 25 of 45. He's thrown over 5,000 yards in his time only at Rutgers.
Yeah, and
they're put some pressure on him, huh?
They do. They're a spread style offense. They run the zone scheme under Kirk Sirocco. Emphasis on trying to establish the run, which a week ago against Illinois, much like us, they struggled there to run the football. Heavy zone schemes and with the RPOs and the add-ons in the passing game. But they're drop back quick game where they try to get the ball out quick. So that you can affect the quarterback, and they'll take their one-on-one matchups when they have them.
Running back Antoine Raymond has over 700 yards rushing. He's a sophomore kid, goes 5'11", 205. He's also caught a touchdown pass. He's got 18 career rushing touchdowns. He's the key running back.
Yeah, he is.
So the other kid, Benjamin's pretty good too.
Yeah, they do a little running back by committee with their 3 and 20, and as you said, 3 is a physical contact runner. One of those guys that they're going to try to establish. And obviously, when you put on tape like we did a week ago, the success that Indiana had running the ball, you can bet that they will check our oil to see if we've got our gaps controlled and that we're going to do a better job of tackling.
And they come after the punter. They come after the kicker. They have blocked 76 kicks, 46 of those punts, 17 field goals, and 13 extra points.
Yeah, and that's been a staple with Greg Schiano, who is one of those coaches I have a lot of respect for. Had great success building the Rutgers program before leaving and having opportunities to go to the NFL, and spent time at Ohio State under Urban Meyer running that defense. And so well-versed head coach that does a great job and understands the vertical field position that the kicking game gives us and gives you. And they've excelled much like Coach Beamer did down at Virginia Tech all those years. Greg has created a persona of being able to play really strong special teams, and that many block kicks, again, we got to do a really good job of protecting our skilled players at the punt and kick position.
If you look at the secondary, safety Jet Elad, 59 tackles, 1 interception.
Yeah, they're a big middle field close, open coverage team. They play nickel, so they'll always have the extra DB on the field if we're in 11 personnel. They also do a really good job of tackling and playing group defense. They're playmakers. They got a boundary defensive end. The Jordan Walker guy will be has been a disruptive force for those guys on the front 7, and then on the back end, Bo Masco, who I had a chance to recruit Bo's dad, Chad, who ended up playing back in the day at NC State and was a really talented player. And Bo Masco out of Osceola down there in Kissimmee, Florida, has been one of the better corners that we've had in this league.
Coach, I'm going to grab some Testudo Lager beer right now, okay?
Wow.
It's the official craft. Really? The rest of the show should be really good after what I just heard coming out of the break. Craft beer of the Maryland Terrapins by Union Craft Brewing Company. Get some today. We will come back and visit with the guy who's the starting center for the Maryland Terrapins. Michael Hershey will be with us in just a minute on the Maryland Sports Radio Network.
All right, team, listen up. There's a national blood shortage. Big Ten schools, how do we get students, fans, alumni to donate? Hit me. Oh! Give them merch. Not quite like that. Who can beat it? Chance of the President's Suite? Classy. Campus concerts. Keep the ideas coming, team. Don't let your school get one up. Save lives and help win your school $1 million. Hey, whose hand is that?
From quote to cleanup, we move fast. Call Thompson Creek and get new windows in 2 weeks, roofing in 3 days, siding in 1 week, and gutters in just 48 hours. We cut out the middleman to give you better prices and faster service, because your home improvement project shouldn't take months. Skip the wait. Call now and get a free quote. And now, for a limited time, it's our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on everything. There's never been a better time to buy.
Home, sweet Thompson Creek.
All right, Terps, this year I want to see every Maryland student, alumni, and fan roll up their sleeves and give blood. Go to big10.org/Abbott and let's show the Big Ten what it means to fear the turtle.
There are a lot of myths out there about how the Maryland lottery works. Playing the lottery responsibly means knowing what's true and what's not. The facts are, all games have similar odds. You should never try to recover losses by taking more risks. And you shouldn't play the lottery when you're feeling stressed. But the biggest fact is, you should always play responsibly. Learn more facts and myths at mdlottery.com, and please play responsibly.
Your comfort means more than just a warm home this season. With a $49 36-point heating inspection, our experts make sure your system is safe, efficient, and ready for the cold. And because giving back is part of who we are, every inspection supports Toys for Tots, with FH Fur donating the proceeds up to $10,000. Comfort for you, joy for them. That's FH Fur.
877-CALL-FUR. FHFur.com.
System. Learn more at umms.org/better.
You're listening to the Maryland Sports Radio Network.
Now back to Talkin' Terps with Johnny Holiday and Coach Mike Loxley.
And we're at Grillmarks in College Park as the Terrapins prepare for Rutgers on Saturday up in New Jersey. And we have a couple of very special guests tonight. One is the center, Michael Hershey from Spring Grove High School in Pennsylvania. Only about a 2-hour, 45-minute drive from your hometown to get over to Piscataway so your folks can go and enjoy the game on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean.
How do I know that? Because you told me earlier.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for having me here on the show tonight, and I'm glad to you guys brought me in. So,
short trip up, man. So, Johnny, the Michael Hershey story, he's the epitome of a guy that came and earned a scholarship. He was a summer camp eval going into his senior year, came, worked out, did a tremendous job. He's got a wrestling background, came in, earned a scholarship that summer. And typically when a guy's a camp offer like that, you don't necessarily expect them to contribute early. And this guy walked in the door a year ago as a true freshman and started a bunch of games for us. Really was the glue that kind of kept it together, and now is one of the more highly regarded centers in the country.
How much did wrestling help you?
Oh, tremendous amount. I mean, started wrestling when I was a young age, and those fundamentals have kind of instilled the mentality inside of me and forced me to work hard and just keep going every day. I mean, I give tremendous, I thank my coaches from back home for instilling those fundamentals in me. And, I actually gave Coach Locks this book last year during our
Chop
meeting.
wood, carry water.
Yeah, exactly.
Chop wood, carry water.
So, that plays a big role in my life. And my high school wrestling coaches actually gave me that book and would read it to us during practice.
Wow. Any other sports besides football and wrestling?
I played baseball up until 8th grade. So I was 3 sports, and then I made the decision going into high school just to stick with wrestling and football.
Okay.
As you think back, one of the things that I think a lot of people don't understand is talk us through what happens for a center. If you watch the game, a lot of guys know that the quarterback does a lot of things at the line of scrimmage, but if you really know ball, you start with what the center's doing up front. Take us through what it sounds like or looks like for you when you walk up to the line of scrimmage as a center.
Yeah, I mean, here at the university, we use the term addicts, and the A stands for address the ball, and then D is declarative front, I is ID the scheme, make the call, and then the snap count. So, you'll go up there, look at the front, kind of see where the safeties are. Is it 4 down? Is it 3 down? And then you're going to tell what guard you're working with, and then you go from there.
Are you looking at the defense? Are they in a 3-4, 4-3?
You're saying a Rutgers?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a 4-2, and they'll have a tilt nose. So it's a pretty rare thing to have in college football. The Steelers actually used to run that, and they were very good at that.
Yeah. I remember we talked earlier this year, and Michael gave us an example of he has to make the calls. Malik is making the calls, but you're making the calls for the guys up front to make sure Malik is upright.
Right.
Number one.
Yeah. I mean,
and you got to do it in a short amount of time.
Right. I mean, it just comes with practice and experience. So I mean, that's what Coach Locks had gotten me into my freshman year, was getting out on that field, and I picked it up quick.
So I get asked this question a lot. I'd be interested to see your answer, Mike. You again. Year 2, we've got 64 new players that had never played a down here starting the season. And, you hear me say that we're not the same old Maryland that maybe some people think. What does it look like from inside the locker room, your perspective as a player? Where's the psyche of your team?
It's a brotherhood. I mean, going back from last year, it was rough being a freshman. You got to earn the respect. But, this year, as Malik obviously came in as a freshman, and many guys on D-line, we've been able to accept them in the program, and they've came a long way. You develop guys at a young age, and it's just way different. Everybody's accepting, and we care for each other.
It's the thing about college football, Mike, and same thing for high school football. If you can't dwell too much on what happened the last time. You got to focus on what's coming up.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you're going to kill yourself.
Right. I mean, you just let last play die and go on from there.
Exactly. The guys up front that you're working with, and you look at the offensive line with Perry and Wright and yourself at center and Bond, Aaron, been together all season long and have done great protection to keep Malik upright. Only 3 sacks allowed this year.
3 sacks allowed. I mean, that's tremendous improvement from last year. And I'm so proud of the guys on the O-line. I mean, we'll go and watch extra film after practice and we're always working to get better.
The one area that we struggled the last few weeks is running the football. From a player perspective, what needs to happen to get this run game going?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to establish that run game on first and second down. You can't be behind the change on third down and expect the defense to be in a run-heavy stopping situation. So to be able to get some yards on first and second down is what we're aiming for this week.
And once you get in the red zone, you want to come away with touchdowns.
Correct.
Sean O'Hare is a great kicker. 7 is better than 3.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly. What are you majoring in?
Finance. So I originally was in the engineering school. I was going to major in mechanical engineering. And then,
and what happened was,
I had to think about my career and how much work that would have been. So, the next best thing was finance.
So he just jumped in finance, which is so easy, John. He left mechanical engineering to finance.
Oh, yeah, right.
So, I mean, I'm good with numbers.
Yeah, of course. Well, you're a center, right?
Right.
Yeah. I was telling Michael earlier, Coach, I was looking up about the definitions of different football positions, and they say the center has got to be the smartest guy on the offensive line, without question.
He sets the parameters for how we block things up front, protection, which we've done a great job. And this week we've got to get the run game going to take some pressure off Malik.
Yeah. And you showed how smart you are moving from mechanical engineering to finance. That's a pretty good move. Hey, all the best on Saturday. Get that win up there, and we'll keep on rolling.
Thank you.
Okay, Michael. Thank you very much. Michael Hershey with us, the Maryland starting center. Time to go Toyota with legendary safety and reliability. Toyota, let's go places. Ian Thomas is coming up next on the Maryland Sports Radio Network.
Some things never.
Hey, where's the beer guy? Bud Light here? You get a Bud Light? Bud Light? I'm here, Bud Light. Bud Light here? Bud Light here? Bud Light here? Bud Light where? Bud Light here? Oh, Bud Light there. I missed that because of you. You did not miss that play because of me. Tough to stop talking this way. Yeah. It's actually kind of fun. Hey,
I got your Bud Light.
Oh, nice. Never mind. Anything for the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light.
What'd I miss?
I have no idea.
From quote to cleanup, we move fast. Call Thompson Creek and get new windows in 2 weeks, roofing in 3 days, siding in 1 week, and gutters in just 48 hours. We cut out the middleman to give you better prices and faster service, because your home improvement project shouldn't take months. Skip the wait. Call now and get a free quote. And now, for a limited time, it's our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on everything. There's never been a better time to buy.
Home, sweet Thompson Creek.
All right, team, listen up. There's a national blood shortage. Big Ten schools, how do we get students, fans, alumni to donate? Hit me. Oh! Give them merch. Not quite like that. Who can beat it? Chance of the President's Suite? Classy. Campus concert. Keep the ideas coming, team. Don't let your school get one up. Save lives and help win your school $1 million. Hey, whose hand is that?
Some moments you never forget. The shot, the roar, the pride that shakes the wall. It's been a decade since the Hoyas traveled 11 miles to College Park. And Xfinity Center stands ready to remind them what home court advantage really sounds like. Because from opening tip to the final buzzer, this place is deafening. And the next unforgettable moment starts with you.
Your comfort means more than just a warm home this season. With a $49 36-point heating inspection, our experts make sure your system is safe, efficient, and ready for the cold. And because giving back is part of who we are, Every inspection supports Toys for Tots, with FH Fur donating the proceeds up to $10,000. Comfort for you, joy for them. That's FH Fur.
877-CALL-FUR. FHFur.com.
There are a lot of myths out there about how the Maryland lottery works. Playing the lottery responsibly means knowing what's true and what's not. The facts are, all games have similar odds. You should never try to recover losses by taking more risks. And you shouldn't play the lottery when you're feeling stressed. But the biggest fact is, you should always play responsibly. Learn more facts and myths at mdlottery.com, and please play responsibly.
On the Maryland Sports Radio Network.
Now back to Talking Terps with Johnny Holiday and Coach Mike Loxley.
You know, University of Maryland Medical System is the official medical team of the Terrapins. You and your family can't expect the same level of exceptional care that the athletes receive. You can learn more if you go to umms.org/better. University of Maryland Medical System, Maryland's healthcare champion. Our next guest tonight, Ian Thomas, comes to Maryland. He spent a couple of years at St. Francis playing up there, came out of high school as all-state, all this, all that. And he's done everything that you asked for him from that nose guard position. Great to have you with us.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on the show tonight.
Yeah. Happy so far the way you've been playing?
Yes, sir. I wish I could be a little better, but I'm still adjusting. I'm still learning. But I'm pretty so far happy with what I'm doing so far.
Really unique story here with Ian, Johnny. We went back to the same well that brought us Donnell Brown at St. Francis University, where he was an all-conference D lineman. And much like Donnell, who came and made an immediate impact for us as a starter, you know, Ian came in after playing at St. Francis University a year ago and established himself as a run stopper, but also a pretty good niche as an interior pass rusher. And last week started the game off, had the big sack against Indiana's quarterback. Really had a couple tip balls, got his hands on a couple balls last week, and earned is this the first defensive player of the game award? Second one of the year. So one of these guys is having an impact as an inexperienced player for us. He's one of those 64 guys a year ago that came in and really been excited the way he's contributed on defense and played a big role.
You know, when you're at St. Francis, you made all conference.
Yes, sir. My last year. Yes,
your
sir.
last year had a pretty good run. You played 15 games, 42 tackles, 3.5 sacks, couple of passes defended.
Yes, sir.
Kind of did a little bit of everything.
Yeah. It was pretty good.
What's the secret? What's the secret to getting to the quarterback, to getting that quarterback sack?
Honestly, I feel like
you've got one so far.
Yeah. I feel like I should have two, but it's all good. But
what happened?
A little late, just a little late. But that's all pre-snap. I feel like Coach Corey does a great job in practice and individual, just teaching us tips and small things on details just to get to the quarterback faster, because it only takes a few seconds for him to get that ball out. So you got to get there pretty fast.
And you're learning from one of the best, too, when you talk about Corey.
Yeah, he talks about Corey Leggett, who a guy I recruited to Illinois out of high school, very similar recruitment process like Ian, but first-round draft pick, played 12 years in the NFL. Talk a little bit about what it's been like, because I know you had a really good D-line coach there at St. Francis, but coming to play for an all-pro type player like Corey Leggett, what are some of the things you've picked up from him that he's been able to add to your game?
Just everything, honestly. The NFL lingo, he teaches us everything that you're going to be taught at the next level. So when you get there, it's no you're behind something or any of that. Honestly, just the tips, the hand placement, just the small things, the small details that get you there. And he always tells us NFL stands for not for long. So when he gets us there, he wants us to stay there.
That's a good line.
Yes, sir.
Not for long.
Yeah,
and he's right, too.
Yes,
he's
sir.
right, yeah. What was the deciding factor in when you were looking to go somewhere else after leaving St. What was the attraction to come to Maryland?
Just the family and brotherhood and the coaching staff, honestly. Funny story. I canceled my visit to go somewhere else, and then they called me back. They called my parents back and whatnot. So they talked to me. So then I took my visit here. When I came here, I'll never forget. I was driving down Baltimore Ave, and it was nighttime. I was like, "Wow, this is really, really nice." And then I met the coaching staff and whatnot, and my parents just fell in love with it too. So I feel like after that, it was just a done deal.
Big family affair there, right?
Yes,
everybody on the same page for you.
Yes, sir.
What have been some of the big adjustments for you leaving St. Francis and coming to Maryland? What have been some of the adjustments you've had to make going from that league to playing in the Big Ten?
At this level, everything is definitely faster. So I had to pick up really, really fast. They kind of threw me into the fire, and it was a sink or swim type of moment. And I feel like I was swimming. I didn't sink. I embraced the rule. I embraced everything that came my way. And yeah.
When you take a look at this Rutgers team you're going to face on Saturday, they got a pretty good quarterback.
Yes, sir.
More than pretty good, over 5,000 yards, but they've given up a lot of sacks. That line for Rutgers, 30 sacks they've given up. So I know you guys are looking at the video saying, "Hey,
yes, sir,
this could be a field day for us to get to this guy."
Yes, sir. We have to run stunts, execute the way that we know how to do. Just do the little things, and just let our outside edges eat too. Those young guys, man, they're amazing. I love them. And just got to get to the quarterback.
You know, when you talk about young guys, Ian, you got Mathis, you got Sidney Stewart, a couple of freshman guys who just adjusted so well to this level of college football.
Yes, sir. I feel like it's definitely a brotherhood. We communicate very well. We talk. We trust each other. And I just feel like that allows us to play faster and better as a whole unit, especially with Ted Monachino, his scheme, his system. It is definitely available and great for everybody to make plays.
You know, I had a chance to, as we look at Michael Hershey was here on here earlier, and I asked him this question: talk about the psyche of the team, because I get asked this a lot. And from a player perspective, what's the psyche like on the defensive side of the ball, especially coming off of 4 tough losses, obviously the week ago to Indiana, to the number 2 team in the country? What's the psyche like on the defensive side of the ball for us?
We just have to keep building, keep stacking days. We're not satisfied as a unit. We know we can be better. We want to be better. What
do you do in the game day to prepare for the game? Any special routine? You like to be quiet in the locker room, or?
Nah, I'll have some music in. Then I'll go to the training staff, get taped up. After I get taped up, I'll go to the weight room, get rolled out, get stressed out. And there might be some recruits in there, say what's up to them, introduce myself, their family, and whatnot. And then go in the locker room, put my clothes on, go warm up. Then
let's go play.
Yes, let's do it.
And you tell the recruits, "Hey, you're going to love it here."
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Ian, thank you, buddy. Appreciate your time. All the best on Saturday against Rutgers.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Okay, no problem. Ian Thomas with us. Back in just a minute with Dominique Foxworth on the Maryland Sports Radio Network.
Marylanders
From quote to clean up, we move fast. Call Thompson Creek and get new windows in 2 weeks, roofing in 3 days, siding in 1 week, and gutters in just 48 hours. We cut out the middleman to give you better prices and faster service, because your home improvement project shouldn't take months. Skip the wait. Call now and get a free quote. And now, for a limited time, it's our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on everything. There's never been a better time to buy.
Home, sweet Thompson Creek.
Before we talk Abbott Big Ten blood drive ideas, let's get in the competitive spirit with the scavenger hunt. I worked all weekend on that.
Save lives and help win your school $1 million.
It's okay. It's in your nature.
In Ocean City, Maryland, having fun is kind of our thing. I mean, look at these two. They're all about having fun. That's fun. This is fun. Whoa. Too much fun? Nah, no such thing. Because here, even leg day is fun. So head to the coast and, well, just coast. Pump up the volume, or just pump up the pool floaty. From the boardwalk to the bay, come discover somewhere to smile about.
Some moments you never forget. The shot, the roar, the pride that shakes the wall. It's been a decade since the Hoyas traveled 11 miles to College Park. And Xfinity Center stands ready to remind them what home court advantage really sounds like. Because from opening tip to the final buzzer, this place is deafening. And the next unforgettable moment starts with you.
Listening to the Maryland Sports Radio Network.
And welcome back to Grill Marks. Johnny Holiday along with Maryland's head football coach Michael Loxley. As we talk Terps football up until 8 o'clock tonight, SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the Terrapins. Whether you're buying or selling football tickets, SeatGeek is the place to do it. Had a surprise visitor, coach, in the broadcast booth on Saturday in that Indiana game. Dominique Foxworth, he and his wife Ashley were the grand marshals for the homecoming festivities. He popped in, thinking back that when he came to Maryland, remember Coach Friedgen telling me that not only is he a tremendous high school football player coming from Western Tech in Baltimore, one of the smartest young men I've ever seen, and I made it quite clear that he's much smarter than Steve Stewart.
Yeah, and I tell you what's really unique about Dominique's story, and I always use this, and I've used this over the last 20 years since we last coached Dominique and been a part of him as a football player, was I can remember him burning his red shirt year to play in the Clemson game, and the Clemson game was late in the year. Back then, if you played one play, you burned your red shirt. You're done. And I can remember we had a bunch of injuries there at the corner position, and I think he was maybe 155 pounds soaking wet, but could run like the wind. And he burned his red shirt to help us win the Clemson game at home that night and tie for the ACC championship. And that unselfishness is one that to this day I use that story because, you'll have a kid come in and individually say, hey, I want a red shirt, coach. It's best for me. But here, this guy made a decision that was best for the team over what was best for him and himself.
Remember that, Dominique?
Oh, yeah, absolutely remember that. And, Coach Locke is being really kind, but I think that's an example. He's not pounds though. Like that, people say 150 pounds soaking wet is funny, but no, that's about how much I actually weighed. Point. But I think Coach Locke for a good example of something that I saw. And this weekend is like we had so much depth. That's something that I think we as a program don't have nearly as much anymore because we're in this wild college. When you determine how your roster, how good your team can be, so it's probably.
Why don't we call Dominic back, see if we can get a better line, because this is kind of fading in and out. And when we talk about Dominique Foxworth, 3 times All-Atlantic Coast Conference performer, ACC championship game you mentioned, Coach. You're part of that Peach Bowl win over Tennessee, the Gator Bowl win over West Virginia. And Steve and I were laughing about how he was the roommate. They were roommates together. And I asked Dominic, I said, how late did you have to stay up before Suter finally came in the room? And he said, I can't tell you.
Yeah, and I tell you what else makes Dominique unique, as a Maryland grad, and you talked about him serving as the Grand Marshal. The fact that he also has served as an NFL PA, the leader of the Player Association
President.
for Football, President, and then did the same thing for the NBA, which, this guy's dynamic, but he's also one of the leading voices on culture in sports. And
right now
on ESPN, and really does a tremendous job. And I wanted to find out from him what he's seeing in the landscape of college football from a macro view.
Let's go back to Dominic, and I think we maybe have the telephone thing figured out. We're just talking about all the things you've done outside of Maryland, Dominic.
Yeah, no, I've done a bunch of things, and I think at this point I heard the end of what Coach was saying, but I'm happy to be able to talk about that because we're seeing so much. Me being in media, we're seeing how important how the Wild Wild West has kind of hit college sports, and the amount of money you spend kind of determines the depth that you have, and it determines how far you can go with your team. And it's been kind of like exciting, but frustrating and concerning. But I think Coach Locks introduced me with that story about burning my red shirt, and it just reminds me of how much depth we had back then and how important it was to the success that we had. Because it wasn't for me and other guys who were bench warmers for much of the season, being able to step in late in games and late in the season, we wouldn't have had the season that we did and the success that we had that year.
And after college, you're going to play in the National Football League. You played for Denver. You played for Atlanta. You played for the Ravens just up the road a little bit. And again, made your mark in the National Football League as well.
Yeah, and it was a great experience. And I think being around some of the great coaches we had back then kind of prepare me for some success in the NFL and success afterwards. Like I know it's kind of cliche, but college is an important time for when you can mature into the type of man that can handle those responsibilities. And I hope that I made Maryland proud. I mean, Maryland certainly makes me proud on a regular basis. I was so happy to get back to campus and be a part of everything that we're doing there, especially with the football team.
It was nice to see you and Ashley on the field for the coin toss on Saturday, coming back and being the Grand Marshal and being around the program again. Any particular memories that really stood out for you during your playing days here?
Oh, you think I'm going to tell on myself? There's only good football on the field. That and tests, lots of tests. I love taking tests. School is fun.
Well, you went to Harvard Business School. You did pretty good there too, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it worked out. I think it's funny that I never thought going to business school, I planned on using business school to catapult out of sports, but sports is so much more business now than it was before, and especially in the college arena. We didn't expect it to be as professionalized as quickly. I think we all advocated for players to get paid, especially me as a player, but now it's wild. I don't want to disparage the new situation because I'm happy guys are getting paid, but it's really hard to understand and predict, assess at this point because people aren't competing on a balanced playing field at this point in college sports, and it's just tough.
Dominique, as an analyst, what drove you to the media side? Because you've done a tremendous job on your first take and some of the different ESPN programming. What drove you to the media side of things?
Honestly, I didn't really want to go to media side. I started writing, so I went and worked for the basketball union, and my wife got pregnant with our third child, and so she said we had to leave New York and come back home, and so. I said she got pregnant like I had nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with it.
We were reception. Yeah, you got it. So I started writing, and ESPN saw some of my writing and asked me to come over. And then the funny part of that is I started negotiating my contract with them, and they're like, we don't really pay writers that much. And I was like, well, yeah, I guess I'm going to have to put me on TV. We're going to be able to live on this writer's salary.
You got a podcast too, don't you?
Yeah, no, I got a show now, and it does pretty well. We put it on air a couple of times, actually on TV a couple of days a week, and makes a little bit of money. I'm proud of what we've been able to do. But yeah, I rep Maryland every week. There's a Maryland helmet sitting behind me. If you ever check out my podcast on YouTube, or if you listen to it, you should be able to hear the Terps helmet behind me because I'm very proud of being a Terp and was happy to come back and support and see you, Johnny. I was talking to my guy, Steve.
Well, Dominique, I can't thank you enough for being with Coach and I tonight. Thank you for your time. Thank you for all you've done for Maryland. Thank you for all you've done for society, basically. And everybody in the NFL and the Players Association, we're very, very proud of you. Thanks so much.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you both. And John, I appreciate everything you've done for Maryland, too.
All right. Thank you. Back with more from Coach Locksley in just a minute on the Maryland Sports Radio Network.
Hey, Terps.
All right, Terps. This year, I want to see every Maryland student, alumni, and fan roll up their sleeves and give blood. Go to big10.org/Abbott and let's show the Big Ten what it means to fear the turtle.
Some moments you never forget.
There's trouble.
The shot, the roar, the pride that shakes the walls. It's been a decade since the Hoyas traveled 11 miles to College Park. And Xfinity Center stands ready to remind them what home court advantage really sounds like. Because from opening tip to the final buzzer, this place is deafening. And the next unforgettable moment starts with you.
From quote to cleanup, we move fast. Call Thompson Creek and get new windows in 2 weeks, roofing in 3 days, siding in 1 week, and gutters in just 48 hours. We cut out the middleman to give you better prices and faster service, because your home improvement project shouldn't take months. Skip the wait. Call now and get a free quote. And now, for a limited time, it's our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on everything. There's never been a better time to buy.
Hey, where's the beer guy? Bud Light here? You get a Bud Light? Bud Light? I'm here, Bud Light. Bud Light here? Bud Light here? Bud Light here? Bud Light where? Bud Light here? Oh, Bud Light there. I missed that because of you. You did not miss that play because of me. Tough to stop talking this way. Yeah. It's actually kind of fun.
Hey, I got you, Bud Light.
Oh, nice. Never mind. Anything for the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light.
What I miss?
I have no idea.
Your comfort means more than just a warm home this season. With a $49 36-point heating inspection, our experts make sure your system is safe, efficient, and ready for the cold. And because giving back is part of who we are, every inspection supports Toys for Tots, with FH Fur donating the proceeds up to $10,000. Comfort for you, joy for them. That's FH Fur.
877-CALL-FUR. FHFur.com.
All right, team, listen up. There's a national blood shortage. Big Ten schools, how do we get students, fans, alumni to donate? Hit me. Oh! Give them merch. Not quite like that. Who can beat it? Chance of the President's Suite? Classy. Campus concerts! Keep the ideas coming, team! Don't let your school get one up. Save lives and help win your school $1 million! Hey, whose hand is that?
At Planet Fitness, no two members are alike, but they all have one thing in common. They're all strong. That's right. We're all strong on this planet. Planet Fitness.
One more, everybody.
One more? 5 more.
You're listening to Maryland Sports on the Maryland Sports Radio Network.
Now back to Talkin' Terps with Johnny Holiday and Coach Mike Loxley.
Well, the Terrapins take that 4-4 record up to Piscataway on Saturday afternoon against the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. They are 4-5. They've lost 5 of their last 6 games. Another golden opportunity, Coach, to get right back in that winning track and nail down that 5th win of the year.
Yeah, really important game for both teams. So as I said earlier in the show, going to be one of those games that'll be a hard-fought game. We've got to go up there, find a way to protect the football better like we have. Find a way to get back on the right side of the ledger.
Alex Campone's been our engineer in Baltimore. Tom Marquito at Grill Marks. For Coach Loxley, I'm Johnny Holiday. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you Saturday from Piscataway, New Jersey.